must run.
I'm going off.
Okay, can we start over?
Yeah, let's go. Start over.
Okay, guys, Coach Jim here with our distinguished guest speaker and technical genius, Jeff Lobb, who's going to teach us everything we need to know about making money in real estate for the end of this year and, kicking off the new year with a bang. So without further ado, because we already had enough ado, Jeff Lobb, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, all right. Thanks for having me, guys. Hey, there's always technical challenges, but I want to share some actionable nuggets that for whether you're watching this live or you're going to watch this on the recording or whether it's on the live stream on Facebook, I want to give you guys like things you could go do to make money, and especially in the shifting market. So remember, take good notes, but at the same time, understand it's recorded. You can come back and watch it because I'm going to make a promise to you. At the end of the session, for whoever hangs last, I want to make sure you walk away with at least 2 to 3 things you could go do to change your business. And I'll want to know what they are. So hopefully we get there. Let me quickly share my screen because I am ready to go. If we just, now let me handle my end of it. So I am just going to hit play. I'm live. We're good. All right. You can always get my contact information, jefflobb.social. We could chat later, but it's not about me today. It's about giving you guys really good, valuable things. And I want to start off really quickly right here. In the chat, I want you to be able to throw things at me as we hit different points, like whether you have a question or if it's an idea you think you like. I'll be watching the chat for the public. But the first thing I have to make sure we understand is everyone, whether you're new in this business or a 20, 30-year vet, I'm 36 years, I guess, in this space. And we have to realize we're not in the real estate business. The real estate part of it is the product, if you will. The business is people. We always got to find ways in lead gen to find more streams of people, more people to like, trust, and be able to bring value to both ways mutually. And in this case, if they like and trust us, they will follow us anywhere. So a lot of the strategies we're going to talk about today are going to be very focused on finding people because it's those people who live in the homes we want to sell. Right? It's a different mindset, it's a different shift. And we also have to think about that it's not always about us. We have to understand it's about how they want things, how they want things delivered to them, which is we have to understand there's a lot of products and competitiveness out there, whether it's with Zillow or Realtor.com or any of these other platforms that bring not competition, but bring value to the consumer that we have to find ways to continuously be better and a step ahead. Right? I know sometimes we use the word technology and marketing. Some of you fear it. We're going to bring you some simple ones to do. So let's first address this one. All right, first get your pens and pencils out. Understand this. We've heard low inventory for, 2 years now, maybe 2.5. Inventory is always going to change. So let's come up with some ideas, and I have a few here for you, of focusing on people who have to sell, not want to sell. And I say that because, yeah, okay, there's people that are stuck, even like myself. I'm at a 2.75% interest rate. I still have kids in the home. I'm not really wanting to sell right now. However, remember, they don't think you need to sell now, but things could change. Life events happen. What about the people who have to sell? So let's identify those. And it goes a lot of directions. It's marriage, it's divorce, it's more kids, it's less kids, it's downsizing, it's job change, career change, death, unfortunately, all that stuff. So probate. So why don't we sometimes, while we continue to work your sphere and your core base of real estate, let's come up with some ways that we can find new lead sources. And we're going to tie all these lead sources together in a bit. But some examples, like there's companies that have lead sources for you to try and find whether it's probate leads or divorce leads or people that are going through those life change situations where they might have to sell, right? So having to sell. That being said, a simple, easy one, and again, nothing perfect in this world, but easy. You could go to the site Fiverr, Fiverr, and where you might get your logos done and all this stuff, but search probate leads, tax liens, divorce. They will have lead sources at very little cost. Is the data going to be perfect? No, don't expect it to be. But if you're looking, look, if you've got a couple extra hours of your life every day because you're not selling too many homes right now, these are the things you can at least focus on in little pockets of time that will add potential lead sources to your business that you might not have at a very low expense. Okay. And then there's a third one, the share group. They also put together motivated seller lead lists, focusing on, again, the reasons why people have to move. So 3 quick hits. Fiverr is a really inexpensive one, but understand this. It's never perfect when it comes to that kind of data. We have to understand that. Now, I would like to see a few people, or just somebody that's in the chat, give me something about, does this look like your life? Does this look like your life as a day-to-day real estate professional? Chat might be, maybe chat is blocked. I'm not sure. Chat might be turned off. My bad if it is. Yeah, it might be turned off. See if maybe in Q&A you can check it out. Yeah, so check, you can go to Q&A, see if Q&A will actually do it. But if this looks like your life, I can tell you this, my many, many years in real estate production, as a team leader, sales rep, broker owner, this was me. I was a hot mess. And it took me a long time to figure out what I did really well and what I needed to learn to specialize in, and what I needed to hire people to do. More importantly, is what systems that I need to manage all this. And it didn't really smack me until I realized how much money I was losing by not managing my data. That being said, let's talk about this a little bit more. When I ask agents at large anywhere in the country that I travel, where does your data go, right? Where does it go? And I can tell you there's like a hodgepodge of places. It's either you're the sticky note person, you've got, oh, I got a great notebook, Jeff. I got a notebook of all, okay, awesome, great. I got notes on my desk. I've got some on my phone. I use my phone, Jeff. Great, it's in your phone. First of all, does any and all of that reach out and speak to your clients on a weekly, monthly, annual basis? No. It's sitting in stuff that does not communicate. So I want to share with you a story and a lesson I learned when I was hired to go do something for a large group. Here's the story. I was brought in and hired to be a moderator of 6 large teams in the Miami market. And this is years ago. And the 6 large teams were coming from across the country. And the goal of that mastermind was to find out how to get lead costs down. I'm paying for Facebook leads or Zillow leads or whatever leads. How do I get the cost down? And it was these people that showed up, by the way, could only show up if they were qualified, meaning they were spending over $100,000 a month in online advertising. Zillow. We had one person there that was spending $825,000 in Zillow alone a month. So these guys knew their stuff. Long story short, everyone knew their lead cost numbers. They knew the cost of everything. I asked a question that just came to mind, and it opened this can of worms. I said, you guys are tracking down leads. What's the value of a contact? And they're like, what do you mean a contact? I'm like, a contact. They're not ready to buy real estate right now. They are a contact. I met them. I got their name, their email address, or a phone number. They got my card, my information. What's the value of that? And they looked at me like I had 6 heads. Like, really? So they're like, how do you figure that out? I don't know. We don't pay attention to contacts. We just want leads. I'm like, you're missing hundreds of thousands of dollars. We need to go through this. So here's the question I asked them. Here's the question I'm going to ask you. And I'm going to show you the results of what people have told me for the last 2 or 3 years by answering this question. So jot this one down. And normally if I have a live group, if you're in the chat or if Q&A, whatever's working, if you want to give me the numbers, great. I just don't know what's working on the back end. Chat's always preferred, but all right. So here's the question. In your world, based on your skill, your energy, your time, how many contacts do you think you need to have in your database to get one of them to convert into one sale over the course of 1 year, right? How many contacts do you think you need to aggregate into your database for a period of 1 year to turn one of them into a sale? Or one of them or someone they know into one sale? How many contacts? Now, it's an arbitrary number. It's your number, so it's not mine. You're going to pick it. I don't care. So, and remember, when I say contacts, I have to clarify this. A good contact means if it's on your notebook, it's not communicating with them on a weekly, monthly basis. Something that is in a database, CRM, communicating tool that's generating trust and like and value content. That's what it is. Not in your phone. That's not helping. But how many do you think you need? So the majority of answers I get, well, Jeff, if I got 50, I'd turn one into a sale. Okay, 50. Some say, Jeff, if I got 200 contacts, I would turn one into a sale. Okay, so that's a safe bet. So the next question would be is, I don't care, put your number, write it down, whether you're watching an hour later, write it down, is how much was the last gross commission check of your last sale? What's a gross commission check to you? $8,000, $10,000, $12,000, depending on your market, right? So here's the math. Divide the number, the dollar gross commission, divided by how many contacts, and you're going to come up with a number. And I'm going to show you on my next slide the math and the number of what most people come up with. And this has been the common consensus. They've said that on average, they feel, when I say they, people have asked across country, 100 contacts, they feel good will turn into one sale, at least one sale. And if their average gross commission check is $8,000, that means the average contact is worth $80. Now, let me ask you this. Look around your world. Look around at home, on your desk where you're sitting right now, in your car. Every piece of information that's on a notebook, sticky note, your desk, a business card that is not in your CRM, being nurtured into a relationship, connected with on social, and seeing your branding every day is an $80 bill, if there was such a thing. Would you leave $80 bills sprinkled around in your day-to-day business? As many? Would you leave them all there? Matter of fact, I want you to think of this number, whatever number you came up with. All right, so I got 50. All right, so let's use Jim for a second. Oh, chat's enabled. Awesome. So let's do this. I'm going to use, he said 50 contacts. That's fair. And $7,000. So $7,000 divided by 50. That means each contact, person he met at Starbucks, just said, hey, exchanged information, is $140. You're leaving $140 each time that you're not putting into a system to create value, to create contacts, to build that database into a money-making machine. $140, that's big bucks. So that being said, we're missing thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars, first of all, by not just turning our contacts into a system to communicate with them properly. I almost want you to wake up and have like nightmare sweats when you really think about this later tonight, okay? Because it's a lot of money. Now, some other tips that we're going to take from there is I've got all these contacts and stuff like that, and we're going to show you places you could put them. We're going to show you systems, some that we use, some that our clients use. But sometimes we've got to look at, we've got contacts, we're running marketing. Here's a strategy is, how do we create better calls to actions, meaning on things that we're promoting? We're out doing postcard marketing. We're running Facebook ads. Why is there no really good call to action? And I get the call to action that's pretty common is like, find out how much your home is worth. We've said it for 30 years. It hasn't changed much. We can make that a lot sexier for sure. And we've got technology tools like artificial intelligence and AI and ChatGPT and all this fun stuff. So that being said, we can absolutely show you ways to create better calls to actions with simple tools and systems that either you may already have or that are readily available that you can do. So let me give you a couple. So here's a couple. First of all, with ChatGPT, for example, we tell people all the time, if you want to go after sellers, you want to find leads from sellers, you have to think, remember our first two slides, think like the consumer. Stop thinking like a real estate agent. If you were going to be selling your house in this next 6 to 12 months, what are all the things you're Googling and preparing for and thinking about? Do I have to renovate my bathroom? Do I need to paint the whole house? Do I need to do landscaping first? Am I going to get more money if I do this? So what if you created an ebook or a free report that said something like the top 5 things or the top 5 most important things to do to prepare your home for sale to get the most amount of money for it before you put it on the market? And they could download that once they gave you their name and email and information. But you may not want to create that report. So just go to ChatGPT or ChatGPT-4, as we do a whole session on ChatGPT-4, specifically for real estate. But here's an example. I would tell ChatGPT-4 to say, act as a real estate agent. Oh no, act as a real estate and staging specialist and put together an extensive report on the top 5 most important things to do and prepare for to get your most money for your home before you put it on the market for sale. And it's going to spit out a 8-page report, basically an ebook, on all the things that a consumer would want to know. How to get curb appeal, how to do this, should I paint first, landscaping, fill in, cosmetic stuff, boom. If I created that report, it's a PDF document. By the way, a PDF document is now considered a ebook. And I had that available to offer people in an ad. I could then ask ChatGPT to say, now take that and give me social media posts for each of those ideas. And it'll create the posts for me. So now I got a call to action. I've got some stuff I could post on social. It's doing all the work for me. And then I could leverage it and capture it into a system. Now, I'll tell you, AI is evolving in a lot of different ways, from either capturing the leads, which you could run a Facebook ad, for example, and I'll share with one of the go-tos, use a Facebook ad, use the Facebook lead ad platform. And when it captures a lead, you don't want it sitting in Facebook. You want it funneling into your CRM automatically so that it's funneling into the contact management system that you can communicate with. Has to go there. Why do double and triple work, right? That being said, artificial intelligence and AI is built into some of these platforms already too. Example, one of us, we use Firepoint, and Firepoint it has a button you could turn on to have AI chat with our lead sources that come in. So when a lead comes in, let's face it, if a lead comes in and you're on a listing presentation, are you going to stop to talk to it? No. If you're driving and a lead comes in, are you going to be able to carry on a text conversation with it? No. And how long is the level of patience of a potential buyer coming in from a listing or from your website or whatever it is? They're not very patient. So we can have AI have literal conversations and ask questions and even help qualify these online buyers while I'm still doing my work. And knowing that I have the ability that when I want to jump into that conversation as the human, I can. I just stop it, jump in, and I start texting and setting the appointment if it hasn't done it for me already. See, systems and technology, you don't have to be intimidating. You just have to learn how to use them in a way that's leveraging your time and talent, right? So ChatGPT-4 to create lead capture calls to action and tools. That was like one easy thing, create the ebook, and leveraging AI in a system that will engage and help convert your leads in conversation on your own platform. Like pretty crazy, but it's there and it's available. And if you're not taking advantage of it, your competitors might be. So you got to stay ahead and understand that this stuff is happening in real time. Probably. Okay. All right. That being said, let's move on to this one. It's my favorite question to ask. I have a lot of fun with this one, especially when I'm in front of a live audience and it's a big group and I can see a lot of hands in the room. I'll ask this question. How many of you have a large list or spreadsheet or something somewhere buried that you consider to be dead leads? Like dead leads, dead. Right? So I see hands go up. Yeah, I got dead leads. Like when I say dead, they ghosted you, you're ghosting them, you gave up on everything. Truly dead. Like, yeah, we got a list of that. I watched the hands go up. And my very first question is this. Give them to me. I'll take them. Just give them to me. And I watch all the little heads shake and go, no. Like, no what? You won't give me your list of dead leads? They're dead. They're never calling you and you're never calling them. Why can't I have them? No, I'm not giving them to you. Oh, I'll give them to you for a fee. I'm like, for a fee? Why? They're dead. We're holding on to something that we know has money, but you don't know what the heck to do with it. So here's the reality. You have a list somewhere of dead leads. They should be in your database. They should be in your CRM, not in a spreadsheet. They can't communicate from the spreadsheet. It's good to have them there in a spreadsheet as a backup maybe, But if you can't communicate with them, and you might be, well, like they're dead, they ghosted me forever. They did back then. But remember, when do people buy real estate, or when do people need a real estate agent? They weren't ready 6 months ago or 8 months ago. They were just poking around, waiting for something to happen. Real estate will happen based on a life event or timing. So they're waiting for something to happen. And that something might have been, we got to get the kids out of school first. We got to wait till the summer's over. We got to wait till holidays over. And all of a sudden, holidays are over. They're not dead anymore. Now they're ready, but you stop talking to them. So we got to do a couple different things. We have to find ways or find people. First of all, let's just be honest with each other. Maybe you, and I'll say me, maybe I am not great on the phone, on a phone call. Maybe I'm not great. I am much better. I can tell you this. I am very, I'll say slightly above average on a phone call. Or I'll give myself a little bit. I'm above average on a phone call. I'm not great though. I am really good in person. So my skill on the phone needs some work. Maybe yours does. Maybe you're not asking the right questions at the right time with the right tonality, or caught them at the right time of day when they can answer that question. So if you had somebody or some system that did that for you, I'm going to bet there's transactions right now that are going to convert in the next 3 to 6 months out of your dead leads that you think are dead. And if your average transaction is $7,000 and there's 4 or 5 of them there, that's 35 grand sitting right now in your dead leads database. It's sitting there. It's waiting for you to convert, or guess what? Someone else will convert it because they will call somebody else. So opportunities are here if we change our approach, change our script, change the strategy, what we say and how we say it. And if you're not that good at it, maybe you find someone else in your office that is good at it using your stuff, and they have a better script and can convert them for you for a referral, right? There's always ways to find money in those leads. Moving right along. I want to keep strategies moving. I always want to know what's your favorite strategy out of all of these, right? Because we're going to give you all different ones for different personalities that are on these calls. Next up is dominating your farm area. Very few people even now, and I'm kind of shocked when I ask questions publicly, because I expect to have a good core group go, yeah, that's me, I'm good, and then the others not so good. But I asked this question, how many of you have like really good dominance in a strategic farm area, in a geographic farm? Like we've been talking about farms for 35 years. I've been farming, right? It's changed. Technology is different. Approach is different. A lot of cool stuff we can do. Very few have dominance. And I say dominance, like you're a household name in that subdivision, in that area, right? And while no one says you have to do it, I'm going to tell you why you should. Because first of all, if you're going to spend money on marketing, and this does not stop you from selling a home 50 miles one way, 10 minutes the other, this does not stop that. This is only where you spend some time focusing, because here's what happens. When you take your time, money, and energy and focus it into a specific area that has a lot of churn, meaning activity, more homes are selling. And unfortunately, this may be an area where the price point is not as high as you would like it to be. But hey, if I want $500,000 sales, but the 275s and the 3s are the ones selling, I got to spend my time there, because here's why. This helped me build my business. Like, it wasn't like, it was a gift. I had to learn by trial by fire, but when it started to work, I got it. So when I started to create some dominance in the marketplace, and I'm putting people into a 275 home, or they're first-time home buyers, or they just got married, or whatever the situation is, because they can afford that price point, the market and life starts to happen. So if I did a good job there and they like me, they'll send me referrals over the next year or two, which is awesome, right? So I get those. And then in 3 to 5 years, their own life is going to change. They have another child or 2 children, or they want to move to a different school system. And guess what? If I did a good job and they referred me in between that, I get that listing back. And then I sell them the $400,000, $500,000 home to the next stage of their life. And the cycle continues with this. I've had it go full circle to where we got them in, we got them out, we moved them over. Then unfortunately they got divorced. Went this way, or the job changed and they sent them to another state. There's sometimes 5 transactions in one family when you spend the time doing it the right way. But where did it all start? Right here at the core. It started here. I'd have never had all those referrals and transactions without that one. So getting real focused on your geographic farm, because it's easier when you're only focused on 300 to 400 homes, or more affordable. And the smartest things you could start to do in some of these markets is help them understand the biggest question on their mind. And usually it's, yeah, what's my home worth? But I want to change it up for you a little bit. So while we have stuff set up where we have landing pages and capture pages that'll do your home's value, because the term and that call to action of home's value has been used quite a bit, I want you to be able to run an ad or a postcard that still drives them to this page, because this is the page that will convert their information into a home value range. More importantly, you get to capture their information. But I want you to change the language about how you target them in the ad. I want you to think about, instead of saying, finding out what your home is worth, what's more important to them, their home's value or how much equity they have? Equity sounds like it. Equity is my money. The value is there. And the only way you're really going to find equity is by finding out the value of the house first, right? So that being said, it's the same thing. It's a different spin on the words. But secondly, you could also create fear of missing out, FOMO, which creates the lead opportunity to capture them on your home value page. Something like, hey, the market has changed a lot. Find out how much more equity you have in your home in this seller's market. I said more equity. Find out how much more equity. I got more equity? I want to figure out how much more equity. I have to find out. And I'll tell you where this mindset comes from. Outside source. Think about it. It happens to me. It still gets me on this device every time. I belong to a couple of those credit websites, Credit Karma. There's a few of them, whatever their names are, Credit Karma and Credit, whatever. We're supposedly tracking my credit score and activities. Here's what I get. I'll get a notification. Your credit score just changed. That's it. Now I'm like, now, Jesus, now I got to go look. What do you mean it just changed? Did it go up or down? Is there a problem or is it good? Now I have to go look. I have to. It's got me. It's hooked me. So when I start talking about, hey, find out how much more equity you have in your home in the seller's market. More equity? Yeah, they might have more equity, but the only way to find that out is drive them to your home's value page, the ones we have here, right? Here's a sample of one of our sites. Capture it, delivers the value, and then you follow up with, hey, I saw you got your home's valuation. Wondered if you got a chance to check out, your equity and how much equity you might have. If you have any questions about how to figure that out, I'll be happy to help you. Now you create a conversation around it. So you create the ad, you drive it back to the page that's already established for you, and boom, you now have a conversation, right? So you got to understand that's how we market based on what consumers want and how they want it. Oh, let that one sink in. Leveraging your referral partners, not all just referral. We have a bunch of different referral partners from lead sources. You got to identify who they are first. Now, I got a couple I want to share, and then I'm going to give you some public facing ones. I had two types of referral partners. I had my core tradesmen that I did a lot of marketing with and reciprocal business with, my landscapers, my plumbers, my electricians. Not that I just referred them to everything, but I created relationships with them. I'd make sure I'd send lunch out to some of the guys on a big job. I'd make sure I go out and see people and say hello. They used to wear my branded ball caps. The roofers used to wear my ball caps that I had custom made for them with my branding on it. Why? They know about people selling homes before I do. My partnerships, when I say partnerships, not official, we didn't sign documents. It's called relationships, right? Lead gen. My landscapers were so good to me. Like, I'll give you one of many scenarios that would happen. Landscapers out doing their job I live in the New Jersey market, so spring market, snow's all melted, right? And the woman comes outside and says to their landscaper, hey, if you don't mind, we want to spend a little more money on landscaping and flowers. We're going to want to pretty up the place. We're going to be getting ready to put it on the market. So we want to spend a little more money on the front. Most landscapers would be like, okay, got it. More mulch and keep doing their job. My landscaper relationships would say, hey, that's awesome. We'll get it done for you. Just curious, have you hired a realtor yet? And when they say either no or we're interviewing some, they would say, I would love for you to talk to my guy, Jeff. Jeff sells most of the homes in the area. He'll do a wonderful job. At least he should be one of your interviews. Let me get you his card. What? And guess what? Average commission out there, $9,000, $10,000. I get the interview. I would have never known about that house. I wasn't even in the running for that house. Imagine if you got a few of those a month, right? Reciprocal though. I make sure that, the guys are out there. I send them a case of cold water, because we got to work together on this stuff, right? I need something done quickly at one of our investment properties. Boom, they can move. So making sure you're winning partnerships with the people who are connected to the homeowners and the people that are selling homes is a huge part of your business, if you make it that. The other part is the online lead gen platforms, like the ones that you would have to pay a referral for. And I know I hear the drama of, Jeff, I just don't like paying a 40% referral. I don't either. But if I don't have enough transactions, I'd rather make $5,000 or $6,000 instead of 10. I'm sorry, instead of 0. What would have been 10, I'll make 6, but normally it would have been 0. So sometimes we have to get out of our own way and say, listen, if I'm not super busy right now, because if you're super busy and you have more lead sources that you can't keep up with the amount of transactions you're doing, we'll have another conversation about building a team and structures and better systems to manage all that. That's easy. We do it all the time. If you're in the position where like, hey, I'm only doing 1 or 2 transactions every now and again, or 3 or 4, and I can use 5 or 6, why not? For now, you don't always have to accept their referrals, but if someone said, hey, I'm a seller lead in this market, I got to pay 40% if I get it. I'll generate more buyer leads. Maybe I'll generate more seller leads from open houses, and I really do a good job marketing it, and I circle prospect it. Get it. Like, let's just use the stuff. 40% just cost of doing business. I listed a bunch of them here for you. Not all the same, but they're all have their unique referral platform based on some kind of fee or referral. For now, fills in the gaps. Use some of them, use 1 of them, 5 of them, fill in your gaps. Okay. Database. It's like a voodoo word in real estate. Where's your database? So we have a couple of clients of ours, share a story, that work on heavily in their database. That's what they do. They're focused on their database. They commit to us. We have a coaching commitment with them, by the way. And some of our coaching is being held accountable, that they have 2 hours a day. They use a system, right? They're using the CRM system we talk about. And they're calling either Sphere, they have a different group of people they're calling with a certain script. And they used to come back to me and say, Jeff, I made my 40 calls today. I made my 50 calls. And it's like, I did it. I'm good. Now that's also a good accomplishment, making 50 calls. But I said, we got to stop making calls. They're like, what do you mean? You told me to make calls. No, we have to start having conversations. Different. Well, I called 50. Okay, look, then maybe you got to call 70. You got to call people to talk to, like to actually get on the phone, change the time of day. Maybe it doesn't have to be through your database. Maybe you got to go out and meet people in person. Maybe you got to show up to a networking event. We need to start having conversations out of our database, not just phone calls and voicemails and text messages. Conversations. I made the new, and it seems to be working much better, a minimum of 3 conversations in the first hour, and I give them 2 on the second. So 5 total conversations in their 2-hour window. If they don't have 5 conversations, they usually keep going. Right? Conversations. So change up the time, change up something to have conversations with people. But you have to have all your data in one place. Like, you can't be scrambling through your phone. So they have a system, they call through and they start dialing, they put notes in there, what the message was left, all sorts of good stuff. So that's how you're running your business, more like a business than less like a independent contractor, if you want to call it that. If you happen to have a sloppy database, the one thing I will recommend maybe is, and it's free, you could just scan the QR code. You could go get your database scored. Like, not your database, the data you have, meaning you have a full name, full last name, a property address, a phone number, and an email, and all this other stuff. The company called Revaluate does a full scorecard to see if you get an A, a B, a C, a D, to see where you're at and to see how to improve, because you need good data in the database. Good stuff in, you get good stuff out. You put junk in or missing stuff. This is your livelihood for the next 10, 20 years of what you put in this thing for a long time. All right, here's a fun one. I'm watching my time. I want to make sure I keep you guys under our time frame for get back to work. Changing your social content strategy. 2 cool strategies. I got 10 probably, but I'll give you 2. We always struggle, like, well, I don't know what to post now, and a lot of answers for that. ChatGPT 4 can give you tons of ideas. Here's one of mine. We always struggle with video forever. So the big late thing the past couple of years is, Jeff, I do a market update with my clients, or I send them a market update because that keeps them informed about the market. Okay. Do you do a video about it? Because sending somebody a market update sounds cool. They read it. It's like kind of hieroglyphics in some cases. They don't understand what like average inventory is. Is there a difference between median sale price and average sale price? It's not really, they don't know how to speak our language. So what if you interpret it for them? You're the expert. Why don't you do a video? And when I say, why don't you do a video, 90% of the answers would be, I don't know what to say. I feel uncomfortable. I don't know how to do it. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm going to give you one that you could do for free. And I'll tell you what to say. Would that be a good idea? The market trend report, the video script, and everything. You just have to say it. I'll give it to you. Here we go. I'm ahead a little bit. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to go to that one first. I'll come back to this one. So here it is. NAR RPR. You guys have access to RPR. Realtor Property Resources. Right? It's part of your Realtor NAR membership. So they came out with recently a residential market trend report, not an activity report that you might be used to, a residential market trend report. It gives you the trends, answering the question, how's the market? And by the way, this could be another lead capture tool as well from your CRM. Run the ad, get your free market trend report out of Facebook, capture it, it throws it into your CRM, and they can get the market trend report. Good idea here, but here's where I was going with it. You get a market trend report, and the trend report will show you, the town that you selected. You select the town, gives you the month, the date, how many months of inventory are there, what's the list to sell price, and this is only at the top of the page. It's got a full page of all amazing data stats answering the question of how's the market. So you get this cool thing. Now you could email it to your customer, and they'll still look at it and be like, oh, that's cool, thank you. Why don't you do a video about this? Why don't you do a post about this on social media? And you might say, Jeff, I'm not comfortable doing a video with all this data. So the integration of ChatGPT-4 into RPR is right here where it says create a script. Create a script. Create a script. You select it. This is AI. You now take it through their little AI script user, and you select, okay, what tone do I want to use? What audience do I want to target? So here's an example. I want to send this to potential sellers, and I want the tone to be conversational. Professional is cool, but it sounds too stuffy for me. I'm either engaging or conversational. And I mean, the difference might be, like professional might be, hey, Mr. Lobb, I sent you this beautiful market activity report, versus, hey, how's it going? I'm Jeff. I'm your realtor. It loosens it up. You just select the box. Boom, boom, boom. And then you say, create a video script. There's 3 choices: a video script, a social media campaign for me, or analyze all the metrics. And what this is going to do is give you the exact verbiage to say on video using the exact data that's in the market trend report. It even tells you to smile and wave. It tells you to play some music in the beginning. Like, it's telling you exactly what to do. And if you don't like that, just go conversational, make it now engaging, or make it professional. It'll change all the words. Give me another reason why we can't do this and generate lead sources and hit our sphere and our database, and we could send all this out through our CRM and market to them directly, right? The social campaigns, you click social campaigns, and this will give you social media posts. This is the stuff you could post with emojis and everything with your market trend report. Tells you what to do, how to do it. And then, of course, if you want the analyze the metrics, this is more formal. Like, if you had to explain it to somebody, it gives you exactly how to speak about it, right? More formal. So there's that particular answer from a lead gen source. Now, hold on. Oops, why can't I go backwards here? Hang on. So that being said, the lead sources of social content is one thing. You can leverage NAR RPR using their AI script tool. The other thing on social is I see so many people sharing listings on Facebook and Instagram, and you click on the listing, you go to the listing, and that's cool. But there's no lead capture there. And I understand, not everyone's going to sign up for lead capture, but you still want to have the opportunity that if they really want to see the house, they might be willing to give you your name, information, everything, and then put it into your CRM. So I do want to share this one with you. And this is a simple way we see and do it is if you have your website, in this case, it's again with Firepoint, they have an opportunity within the Firepoint platform to take a listing from the website, your listing, right? And it'll take it and drop it into a Facebook ad tool and create the ad for you. And it drops a pretty thing in there. But guess what? When people want to see the home, the lead capture box pops up. Just give me first name, last name, email, phone number, causes the sign-in result, which is captured into your CRM. Now, I get it. People could search for free forever and just see homes. They could also go on Zillow for free and search forever. However, when you have that home on your website, it's isolated. There's a better chance of them clicking because they want to see that right now. And they're willing to usually give you, maybe it's their Gmail or Yahoo account, but it's the ability to take one system and have the ability to post it from there, capture it from there, put it into your CRM, and then market to them from there without having to go to 10 different places. So having the Facebook ad tool and the Facebook ad poster built in is able to grab a listing, drop it into a post, have the lead capture opportunity, turn it into a client to talk to, and build your database month after month after month. So 2 social media strategies of capturing that kind of data and information from that. Now, let me get past my RPR. I showed you that. It was just in reverse order. And if you're not taking advantage of this, I almost want to challenge you to do a video on this RPR platform and just read the script on one of it and let that fly, right? All right, next up, we're getting down to the end. Hopefully you're getting some good ideas out of this. And I'm anxious to hear your 1 or 2 nuggets of takeaways. Is events real estate and non-real estate related? We need to find reasons to get people, not just clients, people and clients together. So yeah, you could do a home buyer seminar. You could do the common stuff. However, what about the creative stuff? What about the stuff that's bringing people together for holidays or times of the year or different events happening around things in your own community? So here's some ideas that some of our own clients are doing. Right now happens to be the biggest time where most people are doing their holiday pies. But some people don't spend the money and do it. But that's a simple thing is I've got 50 past clients or I got 20 past clients in my CRM. I've got their home address. I've got all their stuff. I pick them out. Got my top 20. And I make a phone call to them. Hey, John, Mary, it's Jeff Lobb. How you doing? Hey, good. Listen, I know it's holiday time. Hopefully I'll get a chance to see you. We always try to purchase pies for our clients. As a matter of fact, we purchased pies ready for you. Apple, blueberry, and peach. And we'd love to know which flavor you'd want. We're going to drop one off before the holidays here. I just wanted to reach out and say, hey, and what flavor you wanted. I don't even tell them to pick. I didn't tell them I'm going to buy. We just go, hey, we bought some pies specifically for our favorite clients. What flavor do you like? Put your order in, get out there in person and see them. Get out there and deliver them. Yeah, some people like them to come to the office after work and pick it up and say hello there. But this is the chance where you get really close and take the offline, the database stuff and go back to real people and tie it all together, right? You see they got a new dog. You see they're getting ready for the holidays. All that information is very valuable, right? And then you have sometimes the creative client events where one I was just talking about on a call earlier today is they're doing geo farming in an area, in a section of town. They got their 500 homes. They went to some of the stores in the area that surround these towns. One of them was a pet store. And they went to the pet store owner and said, hey, I'm a real estate professional. I'm looking to put on a great pet photo event for the holidays. I'm willing to invest in a photographer. If you want to make your store the location, maybe we'll get some more clients in the door to buy product. I want them to invite their pets here for a photo shoot with their family or whatever they want to do. And I'm going to bring a photographer here for 3 to 4 hours. Invite only. We'll invite the public afterwards. Are you open to that? What a great idea. We found out that most photographers that are in real estate do other photography. And that being said, some will even say, listen, that'll help build their client base. So they'll even do it at either a lower price or no price because they get to meet people for family photo shoots and weddings and all this other stuff. But either way, it's a small fee. You get to do invites, you get to run ads, some social media posts. Come meet us up at 11 to 2 o'clock. Bring your pet, bring your favorite holiday outfit for your dog or cat. You're meeting people, shaking hands, getting names. But then what are you doing with all those names and contacts? You better say, put them in your database because it's $140 each one. You don't. We figured that out already. 140 bucks. And if it's your past clients, you're getting to see them in real life again. Because remember, if you're not seeing them in real life, there's potentially 3 to 5 other people that are in real estate that they will come across that either work with them, go to school with them, they see their kids, whatever. You have to keep top of mind. So there's all sorts of fun things to do. In the spring, we do things for spring, family events. You got to think outside the box with this stuff, but leveraging the community, the stores in the community would love to host these if it brings traffic to them. Then you get to build rapport with the business owner and the community. It's a win-win, right? All right. And last, this was my favorite part. I was extreme at this, and I won't go too extreme on this depth, but you can't be a secret agent. And I say that because we miss a lot of business. And I'll show you how to do some really fun lead capture, lead gen, like on the fly, on the go. So I run into agents all the time. I show up to events, I get on stages, and I'll see them in the audience. They're dressed very nicely, either suits or, casual outfits. And maybe at best, maybe someone's got a name badge on the magnet. That's okay. That's cool. But in my opinion, it's not enough. Not at all. Because I don't really get to see that badge very quickly. When you are out and about where the people are, you're at the gym. The people in your community that you want to sell homes for are in the gym. They're in the pizza shops. They're in your coffee, Starbucks, Dunkin' Donut places. They're all over the place. And you're walking around with something just like you look nice, but they all want to talk about real estate. The second someone knows you're in real estate, finds out you're in real estate, you introduce yourself. Hey, I'm Jeff Lobb. Oh, what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm in the real estate market. I'm in real estate business. I work for XYZ company. Oh my God, you're in real estate? Before you can even finish saying that, oh my God, how's the market? How's things going? Oh, I hear it's great. They all want to talk about it, but they will not talk to you if they don't know you're in it, right? So I tell people all the time, jokingly, now that everything's opened up again post-COVID, like you're running through a drive-through of Starbucks and Dunkin' when there's 30 people in the store that are your potential clients standing there waiting. Why aren't you in the store? I could talk to them. And when I'm in the store, I used to prospect at Dunkin' Donuts, 7:30 to 8 o'clock. I was there, not just with a tag on. I had a branded like golf shirt. My slogan and logo was on the back because when people were standing behind me in line, I could feel them staring at me because it said, Jeff Lobb, how real estate gets done. And they knew I was in real estate to the point where I would feel, hey, excuse me, you in real estate? Yeah, no, yeah, I am actually. I know it because they just read it on my back. Hey, you got a business card on you? I got some questions for you. Sure, yeah. I did it on purpose. And I also had a wrapped vehicle that put the wrapped vehicle, by the way, if you call Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks or any of these places that have a ton of traffic and say, hey, I'd love to put a billboard right in your parking lot. What's that going to cost? They're going to go, no, you can't. And no, we don't. But if I drive my billboard, I could park it in the front row every morning between 7:30 and 8:30. In the front row, my brand, my name, my face is parked right in the front row. So every time you're going for your coffee and through the drive-through, you're seeing my brand, my billboard's there. And I can leave it there as long as I want within reason. So I had people talking to me, generating leads and qualifying people and asking me about real estate. So here's how the final lead capture works. And I'm right down to the wire on time. You take that CRM you have, you take that database you have, you take that free RPR market trends report you have, right? Take that market trends report, have it as a PDF in your phone. And you're chit-chatting with somebody because they see you in real estate because it's on your body and then your car's out there with your face on it. That's how I would do it. Hey, you're in real estate? Yeah. So we chit-chat about the market. And then I say, because normally they go, oh, you have a card, and I give them a card. And usually then what do I get from them? Nothing. Oh, I'll give you a call. Okay, what do I get from them? I need their data to put in my CRM. So I say, you have to have something of value. I'll say, hey, listen, we just put together a custom report specifically for this area that not only shows you all the homes that sold, but how much they sold for, which will also help figure out maybe how much equity you might have in your own home, and the public doesn't have access to it. But I'd be happy to share it with you. Would you like a copy? And when they go, yeah, cool, I would love to have a copy. Great. I'm going to email or text it to you. And then wait for it. Email, text. What do you want? I want email or text. That's how you're getting it. So I get to put in the email or their text, and then I have to put it into my CRM because it's a $140 bill if I don't put it there. And then I get to follow up with you too, don't I? So now I just talked to somebody, had a conversation, got their data, all while getting coffee at the same time. How many of those could I do a day? Remember, it's not phone calls, it's conversations. But if you're not a secret agent, they'll come talk to you. And I can do that all day long, right? Simple lead capture with free tool and my phone. I'll end with this. All these ideas. And while we're doing this, for those who are left on the call, I know some of you might have to bounce. Give me your favorite ideas out of this session. I enjoy doing these. Tons more ideas where this comes from, but these are really practical and tactical things you can do. Throw in some of your favorites. But truthfully, all of this doesn't happen without any accountability and time. I have people all the time tell me, Jeff, I time block for this or that. And I'm like, time blocking is great, but then it's not. Like, what do you mean? I go, it's great if you're accountable to it. Who holds you accountable to your time blocks? And the answer is usually nobody. But what if you don't do them? Well, then I guess I'll just do it another day. And another day or another day or another day. Because if it's uncomfortable work and you don't really want to do it, you'll find any reason to squirm out of it. So having accountability, having effective systems, having a mentor, having a coach, these are the things that will help you move the needle. And a coach, the first thing any coach is going to tell you is get your system straight first. We can't manage your business without something to manage your business. Then we manage you on how you do the business, right? That's how we get people to different levels. So a couple favorites coming in. The AI assistant that can chat for you with prospects, it's huge. I know when I was on listing appointments, I could not get back to leads that quick. Speed to lead, right? So here's a final cool offer. And I love these guys at Firepoint. They're like really trying to give you everything to get you jump started. Like they are literally doing $1 for the first month to leverage not only their CRM, their website, their AI assistant, their dialer. They got a dialer that'll dial the people for you. First 5 people sign up, get $250 in lead credits for the first month to spend on leads. It does lead capture. It's lead management. It's like all in one system for like $1. You got to go chat with them, sales@firepoint.net. And then of course you can comment in the Zoom chat. You leave your name and number. First 5 is going to get that first $250 credit. But they have so much in one package, in one system. It kind of covers all the bases of what I do for a living and my clients do for a living. But you got to pick a system that works for you. And we know it works for a lot of people. So I love the Chat GPT, and I didn't know it did any of this. Oh, then we should do I have a whole Chat GPT for real estate, specifically for real estate, with prompts, the screenshots, and everything. All I ask is you invite me back one day to do it. Firepoint has hosted this one. I'm sure they can make that arrangement as well. Thank you for the total game changer, Hannah. We appreciate you. And for those watching in the future or on this recording, whenever that goes out and about, you got my contact on the first couple slides. Reach out if we can help. Take advantage of this fantastic offer. Can we have you back? I go where I'm invited, so for sure, would love to do it. Here's my contact information. QR code is my digital business card. Connect with me on Instagram. You can chat me up on that QR code. I'll let it go there. And while you're doing that, I'm going to see if Jim or the group wants to come back on. It's their world, their show. I'm just a guest. So if anybody wants to pipe back on live, say any last words. Here you are, Jim.
Hey. That was great stuff, man. I got some good things. I've been doing this a long time. I've been coaching, and yet I learn things. And see, guys, if I can learn stuff, you can learn stuff. So definitely appreciate Jeff hopping on here with us. I think it's awesome. Sorry, I'm kind of dark here. Dude, I don't know why it's dark in Florida. The sun's supposed to be out every single day.
I was just
And
in
yet
Orlando
today
last
it's
week.
really dark. Hold on, I'm gonna pop my ring light on. No, my camera's on, just not my ring light. Hold on. Gotta turn that thing on. There we go. That should work,
Now
right?
we're streaming
That's
this
too
live.
much.
We're in the group live too, right? In your group.
Yeah,
Cool. Cool.
there we go.
There's some
That's
messages
better.
in. Oh, my screen is still showing. I'll take my screen off so we can get back to real life. There you go. Cool.
So I had a question. I use KV Core and I've used that. I mean,
Sure.
Remax provides it, so it's free.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I've had it for like 3 years, and I got like 7,000 some odd leads. I have a team, so I share all my, like I have everyone's leads are in my system.
100%.
But we get a great percentage of them that unsubscribe, and really never really knew what to do about that. Like, do we just delete it? They have a feature that says archive it, which I suppose maybe that's an answer. But I just wondered how you approach that in your experience. If somebody unsubscribes, are they dead, or is there something else you can do?
Well, you have to see. So there's a couple things. Depends on which system you're using too. But if they unsubscribe from your email campaigns, maybe they
Typically, text is what they unsubscribe
text.
from. Yeah.
Okay. So I would make sure that, they're in our email campaigns. Maybe they like that more value. Maybe text is just too confusing of their day-to-day stuff and they prefer email. So
Okay.
do you have the opportunity to text them back after they say unsubscribe?
No, the way the system works, when they hit unsubscribe, they're gone. Like
They're
the
gone.
system
Okay.
automatic immediately stops all text communications.
Okay. I was just going to say, if you could say, hey, I appreciate you tapping out. I'll make sure we remove you from the list. And then saying, we do appreciate, we'll send you, the goal is sending them some stuff through another channel that they may pay more attention to. So,
Okay.
and I
I
think the
was
other,
thinking maybe just call them, and say, hey, why'd you break up with me? Kind of like that. Why are you dumping me?
always
That sort of
could.
thing.
Look, I mean, some people don't have the gut to do that, right? But hey, I saw you unsubscribe. What I would do is ask for their advice. Like if you ask for advice, they always
Yeah,
want
no, I like that approach. I like that
Yeah,
approach.
like listen, hey, I know you unsubscribed. I'm definitely making sure I take you off the list, but if you could do me a favor, I'm always trying to help my own business as well. What were some of the reasons you unsubscribed for, and what could make it better for other people?
Beautiful. And if I can get that answer from them, and they still want to be unsubscribed, that could be totally worth it. So
And they'll give you
that's
a couple
good
good
stuff.
ideas, like, well, I just, I get too much kid stuff, and okay, so is usually email better than text for you, or or was it the content you were getting you didn't like? Like they'll tell you they'll give you the advice. You may not want to hear it sometimes, but they'll give it to you. So
I mean, bad feedback's better than no feedback, so that's fine with
100%.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I had to take some definitely some bold feedback I didn't love hearing, but I had to hear from a client from one of our coaching platform things. But it made me open my eyes to some things that we need to do better, and we'll
Yeah.
change. That's how we change. So cool.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, definitely. I always want to know what they're thinking.
Yeah.
Well, anyone else got any questions in here, or are we going to let Mr. Lobb go and do his thing?
We're cranking away today. Let me see. I
Let's
didn't
see. Yeah.
question. What's your approach? Oh, that was you. One subscribes. It seems like they want to learn more about ChatGPT specifically for real estate. I have a whole
Yeah,
session.
I have ChatGPT now. What I use it for, the reason I fell in love with it was my absolute biggest nightmare with real estate has always been writing those listing descriptions. I hate doing that. I'm not an author. I don't want to be an author. I hate doing that. Man, you put in just the data about in that chat, and it makes me look like a literary genius. My descriptions get rave reviews from every single client. They're like, that is just sensational. It
Yep.
wasn't me. It took 20 seconds in Chat GPT, but that's all I know how to use it for. And I know it does a ton of other things, but that's what I use it for.
Yeah, I mean, I was the same way too. My adjectives and description were like the same 3 words. I'd be like, this is going back in the day a little bit before even technology was born. I'm like, welcome to 1522 Main Street. This beautiful home sits on a beautiful lot in downtown, beautiful spot. Everything was beautiful or gorgeous. Like I had no skill. I could go sell real estate. I can't write. So
Same, yeah.
not only does it do that, but when you see some of the stuff it can do, Jim, I promise you, it will open your eyes to like, holy crap, I didn't know I could do this.
Yeah, I would definitely like to know more about how I can use Chat GPT. So that would be, I'll talk to Hannah and Roseanne, get you back on, and we'll do that.
For sure. All right, cool. Well, thanks for
Awesome.
having me. If anybody has any
Thank
questions,
you very much. I appreciate everything. And again, hopefully these guys got some good nuggets, and wish you the best. And hopefully
thanks,
we'll
man.
see you again soon.
For sure. And they'll be able to see it in the live stream, the recording as well.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Cool.
Yeah, and Roseanne will get it out to all the crew and everything. So
Awesome. Thank you.
awesome. Thanks very much.
I know.
Have a great day.
All right, bye.
Do we just end it? Guess we just end it.